Hi, friend. Welcome to the study of Romans. I am excited to be here with you and to journey on this way, on this Roman road to understanding who Jesus is, understanding God's love for us through Jesus, this gospel message, this good news message that comes through Jesus Christ. Paul lives, eats, and breathes this gospel message. He is set apart to proclaim it and declare, and he does so in the most beautiful way through this letter to the Romans. Some would say this is the most profound theological statement in the whole Bible. Others might say that here is Paul's gospel, right? We have the gospel of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Here is Paul's gospel that he pens in the form of a letter to these people in Rome, to the believers in Rome, those who have placed their faith in Jesus. And he's writing to kind of a mixed group of people. The church there includes Jews, those who come from a Jewish background, and it also includes Gentiles, those who did not grow up with a Jewish background. And they are called to become a blended family within Christ. And anyone that has been a part of a blended family knows it's not easy to become a blended family. So Paul has much to say about that. But friends, if you are looking to better understand who God is, better understand who Jesus is, better understand how is it that God calls us to live as believers, you are in the right place. Welcome to this letter. That's probably all the introduction I need to give for this letter of Romans, but I want to just briefly explain, as I oftentimes do as we're beginning a study, the purpose of these videos. My intent never was to create videos, all right? My intent was to create books that really just had this simple format that you yourself might engage directly in a conversation with God through His Word, learning to be curious about His Word, learning to ask Him questions, and learning simple tools for finding the answers to those questions. The thing is, we're never meant to study God's Word on our own. And so I always encourage you to be a part of a group. Definitely be a part of your local church and study God's Word together with others. That keeps us on track with His Word and understanding His Word. Sometimes that's not always possible. Sometimes we just need a little help. And in the midst of COVID, what happened? We were all in our homes, and I realized that there were people who just needed a study buddy. And all I did was I would get up in the morning, do my lesson, turn on my camera, and share a little bit about how I worked through my lesson that day. Friends, there's nothing fancy. There's nothing techy. There is nothing super scholarly about these videos. This is simply Carmen engaging with God's Word and engaging with God, having a conversation with Him as I study His Word. And then I turn on my camera and share a little bit of that with you. So with that, I just always like to encourage you to please try to do the same yourself. Try to open up God's Word on your own, walk through the process of this inductive Bible study, the observe, interpret, apply. For the interpret, using some of those tools, maybe looking up a key word or cross-reference. I understand many of you are very short on time. That's okay. It's okay to observe just a few things, and then it's okay to just understand one of those things. All right, so ask a few questions. answer at least one of those questions, utilizing one keyword, utilizing a cross-reference, and utilizing the main point. That main point is going to be very, very significant in studying Romans. We're not intended to take one verse out of context when we study Paul. All right, it's intended for us to understand the main point of a paragraph, the main point of a chapter. So I encourage you to definitely fill out that main point box, seek to understand the main point for the day, and then the main point in the review for the chapter. You'll hear me talk a lot more about main points than I did for the study of Exodus. For Exodus, that was a narrative study. And so I really was asking those who, what, where, when, how, and why kinds of questions. For Romans, we already know the who. Every day we come, we know, okay, Paul's writing this letter to who? To the Romans. We might tease out some other things. We might tease out a little bit more about who God is and about who Jesus is and about who the Spirit is. But this is going to be all about trying to zero in on Paul's main points. All right, I probably made that abundantly clear. What else is it that I want to say about doing this study? Oh, I think I was saying, please try to walk through the study format on your own and then flip on this video. If you'd like to have a study buddy, I sure appreciate you being here. I really do. You help keep me accountable to digging into God's Word. And I always wish that you were sitting right here at my desk and we could have this conversation together. Hopefully this is I don't even know if it's the next best thing, but hopefully it's something that you find helpful, and we can encourage one another as we learn from Paul about who God is, about who Jesus is, and about how we are called to live. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to contact us through our website or our Facebook group or Instagram. Anyway, always feel free to reach out and contact us. Let us know what you're learning. Let us know what you're taking away. You have no idea how that encourages my heart and our hearts here at Simply Bible. All right, friend, with that, I'll see you tomorrow for day 1 of Romans chapter 1. Thanks for being here.